Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this edition of Getting to Know the GM. I'm your host, Evan Martin, and I'm here with the lovely Miss Jane Barrett. Jane, thank you for joining us today.
My pleasure, Evan. Nice to be here.
Speaking of here, we are at the rooftop of the Doubletree Suites by Hilton Boston with a gorgeous view of the city. It's really a very comfortable place to be. I don't know in this 90-degree weather, but you seem to be holding up pretty well.
Well, you did pick quite a warm day to do this, but I believe it's definitely worth seeing. We have very few beautiful rooftops in a beautiful city, so I commend your choice of location.
Thank you very much, Jane. Now, Jane, you are the new GM here at the Doubletree Suites by Hilton Boston, so first of all, welcome to the property.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure's all mine. And why don't we just give everybody a little bit of an idea on where you came from and how you ended up here?
Sure. As you can tell from my very thick Boston accent, like about 40%, I believe, of the population in Boston, I am Irish by way of Detroit, Philadelphia, Florida. I'm trying to think where I was last. I believe Dedham, just outside the city. And then I went to the Doubletree downtown. So I've been there for almost 3 years. Beautiful little hotel, and I love the brand. So when this opportunity arose, there were a couple of things that I was looking at, and this hotel won because of the brand. When I look at what hotels started as, people went and made careers, and they could move from one job to the other and be really typifying the American dream as what people can do in a hotel. You can start as a bellman, and you can become a general manager. And Doubletree, of all the brands that I see, embodies that love and care of not only the community, which is very important to us, but for our employees. We are the only brand that I know that as a core philosophy care about our employees. That's actually a pillar of what we stand for. And I know you're deeply into it, and I'm using you as part of our team to say, look at the skill set you have. To be able to have interviews and do music and all of the stuff that you can do, so we can use you to drive that with our employees. So that's what this hotel is about, and I'm delighted to be part of it.
And when you have somebody like yourself that does believe in what the employees do, and when they are not just able to show their talent and their skill, but also to really be proud of what they're doing and to understand what it means to the corporation, it's a great feeling on my end as well. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, I honestly see no downside for our company, and it's great when people don't want to leave our brand, because it's a genuine care and concern that we have for each other. So, I think it's terrific for all of us.
Now, you mentioned that you came from the Doubletree downtown. That's on Washington Street, just around the Theater District area, correct?
Yep,
in Chinatown?
Right in the middle of Chinatown.
Okay, and so that's a little bit different of a location than we are here, considering that's deep in the downtown Boston area. I know you've only been here for a short time, but tell us a little bit of the difference between the two hotels.
Sure. Looking at downtown, obviously the demand generation is completely different when you're in the middle of a city to where we are. So clearly sitting on the rooftop, everybody can see what a wonderful location this hotel really has. And right across the river is the city of Cambridge, one of the nicest cities that we have in New England, I would say. And up the river you have Boston. So when you're in a downtown, you specifically have that one identity. Here we have more than one identity. We have Cambridge. We have Harvard Yard. You can't see over there, but if you could, you would see rowers going up and down, and you have Boston right over our shoulder. So we can be many things. And I think that's one of the fun parts about this hotel, is we can appeal to so many people that would come here for different reasons. If I were coming to Cambridge for a jazz show, here we have Sculler's Jazz Show. What a wonderful thing to have. If I were coming for a boatyard, I would stay at this hotel and look right over my shoulder and watch the boatyard. Or if I want to see the fireworks on July the 4th, same spot again.
What a spot this is, absolutely.
So what a unique location our hotel is. And we just need to get the word out to everybody as to who we are and what we stand for.
Indeed. All right, so that being said, getting the word out, what's the next step for you as far as being the GM of this property and taking this property to the next level?
Well, there's many ways to do it, but the first thing that I'm doing is chatting to all of our team and saying, okay, here's where we are. And recognize where we are today and see what opportunities that we have. And you and I had spoken beforehand about looking around and getting in the van and just getting back to basics and saying, let's just drive around and see who would want to use our hotel. and recognise that there are huge amounts of students and parents coming to Cambridge who wouldn't maybe not look at our hotel as we're on this side of the river. So maybe acknowledge that also. And look forward at our food and beverage and the wonderful facilities that we have, and embrace technology. You know, it's one of the things that maybe we're afraid of, we're a little shy of when people use meta tags and SEOs and all these fancy words. But learn it and embrace it and try and push our brand forward, because we're worth knowing.
Mm-hmm.
We're a good brand, we're good people, we're worth knowing.
Mm-hmm. Isn't it funny how you were saying about getting back to basics? It's like we're almost at a point sometimes where people are afraid to get back to those basics, but they're also afraid to move into the direction of technology. So it sounds like maybe that would be the key here, is maybe finding ways to take those basics and getting back to what it really means to come and stay at a hotel and really enjoy hospitality.
Yeah, and that's what we started many years ago, and we were very successful. And sometimes we just run too far and forget what gave us the success in the first place. And when people pull up, they don't care about our SEOs, or they don't care what we're talking about. They care about coming to a hotel and having a nice experience.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether you're coming for the jazz club or a wedding or a function up here on the rooftop, or, you know, whatever it is. All they want to see when they arrive is a nice Mama Cheryl, a happy Jency, Shoshana, Evan, the people who will bring them to their rooms, Fen, people who've been here for many years, Heidi, Raquel, waving and being pleasant. And we have people here for years and years.
Mm-hmm.
And to experience that family feel. And I think I hear that from the customers that I've met recently, Deb and Frank in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
They're part of their families. They know each other.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's incredible what being a family as a team here at the hotel, as far as the workers, but also not forgetting that the customers that stay here, they're part of our family too. So if you can really take it to the ultimate level of having everybody work together and everybody happy, and you know, no matter what your position is here at the hotel, or even if you're not working here at the hotel, even if you're just an employee, if you're just a guest, you know, how well everybody can coexist together, and how wonderful of a place this could be, more than just a stay at a hotel, but more of a wonderful experience, and to make our guests feel at home, which is obviously the ultimate goal.
And that's what every one of us, and you're right, it doesn't matter what your job is. On our tags, you just see our first name. It doesn't say what your job is. And there's a reason for that.
Mm-hmm.
We are all equal. We're all striving for the same goal, which is for our guests to leave here and say, you know what, that's a really nice hotel, and they're really nice people. And that's it.
Perfect. Well, Jane, thank you so much for joining me today. I had a great time on this awesome show. I feel like I'm on vacation, which really makes this job worthwhile.
We should have a pina colada.
Why not? Well, we'll do that off camera. So, Jane,
Evan,
thank you so much, and
thank you very
welcome.
much.